Well, hey friends, I am so excited to be here today at Mauds Cafe with my friend Tonya Montano, and we are just taking some time to highlight partnerships that we have in the community, and really just to highlight places that are making a difference in our community. And so today we're talking about Mauds Cafe. And Tonya, I would love to tell a lot about what I've already learned about you just in conversation, but I want to let you do that as we continue in our story today. But Mauds Cafe has become really special to us here at Movement Church because this is one of the places where we come to gather for what we call our outpost gatherings, just places, public places in the community where we can come and gather and not only come together as a church, but more importantly, to go out. As people just trying to make a difference in our community. And so it's just been such a joy to connect with Mauds Cafe and the Youth Resource Center. So I want to just give you the opportunity to tell us a little bit about Mauds Cafe, how it got started, just what is this place here in the city that we call Mauds Cafe?
Yes, so Mauds Cafe is a project of Art Space, actually, which is the community that we are considered part of here. They sold the land to us through VOA for the Youth Resource Center next door. And as they were building that next door, they came to our chief lady in charge, and Miss Kathy was very excited about this project. And so we started this project as that. And they wanted to do a cafe where the kids could come over and learn to run it and learn how to incorporate daily life skills into just them themselves. Some of these things they don't know about, and so we're here to help teach them how to be a productive member in society.
Right, and if we could right now take a tour, take people outside here of Mauds Cafe, and literally just go right next door is the Youth Resource Center, which is just such a remarkable thing that is partnered with the Volunteers of America, where really it's more than just a shelter for teens and young adults to be able to have immediate care in terms of housing and just support and meals. But the thing that I really love is I've just gotten to know you and Mauds Cafe and gotten to know the Youth Resource Center. It really is about empowering. And it really is about helping this generation to discover maybe those that have just found themselves in a situation that it's just tough to take that next step forward, where it seems like the heart behind this organization is to just really help them to identify that. So when you think of Mauds Cafe and really just the vision and the dream behind Mauds Cafe, and you've touched on that a little bit, but maybe just share a little bit more about that. You're strategically placed here on this corner, of any place that you could be, and obviously the door opened, this space was available. But what is the vision and dream here, what's happening now, but maybe even just looking ahead?
Honestly, I think it's placed directly next door to the Youth Resource Center for that purpose. Yeah. Because if they're out and about, it's harder for them. Like if we were located on 33rd South, for instance, it would be harder for the kids to get to us. So being right next door, they can literally wake up in the morning, have breakfast, and come into work. And then after that, they can continue on about their day and knowing that they've done something good for themselves. And at the end of it, they're going to get a paycheck and experience that unfortunately, we live in a world where if you are homeless, a lot of people look down on you for that. And so there isn't enough opportunities out there for kids to go and get a job because they technically don't have an address. So for us to be here, for us to do what we're doing, we're giving them the opportunity to have the job experience, something to put on a resume, and know that when they leave here, they have the confidence that they can go anywhere and get a job doing what they're doing here.
And I think that really is the key to what makes this different than other places that are offering great assistance to people who just need a roof over their head, they need a warm meal, and you've done that, but then you've taken it to that next level and been able to provide them, and it really is just incredible. The internship program and being able to help students find those job skills and really be able to develop that is just, I think, really what sets Mauds Cafe apart.
Definitely.
From other organizations. And so I'm just really interested in knowing, how did you find out about Mauds? How did you get connected? You serve as the manager here.
Yes.
So not only are you managing a coffee shop that's open to the public, so you're serving the public and running a coffee shop, but you're also running an internship program, and you're investing in the lives of young adults that have just come across a hard time in their life, and you're really working to empower them. So I really think you have two full-time jobs, really, and very unique and different. But how did you hear about Mauds? How did you get connected?
Honestly, I was in between jobs myself and had just kind of was looking on Indeed and seeing that it was a coffee shop looking for an assistant manager. So I applied for it. When I came in for my interview, I found out what Mauds was. I instantly applied for it. I went for it. I got the assistant manager position, and a couple months later, our GM at that point decided she was going to move on to something else herself, and they moved me up because I've run coffee shops for, about 10 years.
Wow.
So it was just kind of the next step for me. And my old boss, when he got the reference call, he gave me a call and he said, "So do you want to tell me a little bit about this job that called for me?" And I kind of told him about what it was, and his words were, "If there wasn't a job specifically made for Mama Bear, I don't know what is."
Wow.
So
wow.
I've always had that connection with younger kids. From my kids, all of their friends call me mom. And it's just kind of, I take these kids under my wing, and we do the best that we can to get them moved forward and out of whatever situation that they happen to be in at the time.
I love that. And really, I mean, just in the conversations I've had with you and the stories that you've told me, it is obvious this is more than a job for you.
Definitely.
This is a calling. This is a mission. This is something that is just a life passion for you. And I know you have probably so many stories of success stories of just being able to see interns through. Do you have a favorite or one that you might say?
Honestly, this last group of interns that we've had in have been the top-notch kids. Like they all picked up making drinks and got a passion for it. I can't wait for them to come back for the second half of the program. But as of right now, all 4 of them are in their own houses. So they are all housed, which has not happened in our history before, let alone 4 of them at a time have graduated the first half of the program. And right now we're just kind of in our limbo state before they can come back for the second half of the program. And I mean, it's been a great experience to watch them go through and to get keys to a house and just to see how excited they are to just be able to go home and close the door behind them is just amazing.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
So not only do you provide them with a job, which that's incredible, but you help them find housing, which again, that just takes this organization to that next level, that you really are thinking through, how are we going to be able to position them into a place where they really can have that step forward. So we were talking a little bit this last Sunday about the second phase of the internship program. So you have the first phase, and students or interns go through that, and then they graduate. So describe a little bit of what this second phase for them it looks like. What is that kind of next step for them in the second phase?
So the first half, they learn basic cafe skills. They learn basic customer service. The second half of the program, we take it up a step, and we teach them more of a shift lead position. So they in turn help train the new interns coming in. They also take on learning how to handle tills at the end of the day, how to handle inventory, how to just maintain the dignity of being in charge of a cafe. And so it's a big step for them to come in and learn, but as even better for us, it's something better for their resume. Not only do they get to put, yes, I was a barista and I know basic cafe skills, but I was the shift lead and I helped train and I helped do these other important issues that we have that every day in cafe life.
I love that. And you used a word, Tonya, that I have seen just in your heart in working with interns is the word dignity. And just that restoration of, you know, when someone comes to the Youth Resource Center, they're probably pretty at the end of their rope. You know, life has dealt them a difficult blow, probably many, in order to, you know, have them find themselves in that position. And then you come alongside them and begin to just pour into this next generation of young people and empower them, but restore their dignity in themselves, believing that, yes, I can do this, I can. And so, and sitting here in the cafe and looking around here, you know, when you walk in, first of all, it's a great coffee shop, amazing coffee, by the way. We love Mauds Cafe coffee. But when you walk in here, other than just being great coffee, good snacks and pastries and all of that, but more than that is the evidence of how you are an empowering organization. And so I want you to maybe describe, I could just, you know, there's plans here, but I want you to tell about that. But just some of the different elements in the coffee shop that bear witness to the fact that you really are about empowering people.
Yes, so we sell all of the lovely plants inside our shop. They all come from the CWC, which is the Center for Women and Children. These plants have all been potted by women in recovery. So they have a greenhouse over there and they get to go out there and they get to experience plant life. They have a wonderful lady who goes in and teaches them once a week, and she takes them all into the greenhouse, lets them get dirty hands, because to me, dirt under the fingernails is the best feeling on the planet.
Right.
So they get to go out there and have some good dirt therapy, and they get to plant up all these beautiful, lovely plants. They get to keep them in their rooms in the CWC, so they get to kind of experience their own. Like, I put life into this, and now life is coming back to me while they're in recovery. So all of these plants, all the proceeds go right back into the Center for Women and Children. So they are all for sale, the majority. I do have personal plants in here because my house is like a plant killer. So we have the majority of the plants in here are for sale, and at any prices, there's different prices for each one. And
small, medium, large, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. And again, the Women's and Children's Center, you know, partnering with Volunteers of America, you know, the overarching organization. And again, I mean, for someone that might be listening that you have never connected with Volunteers of America, I hope this makes you want to find out more, because what we're seeing in so much in what's happening here, that word empowered. I mean, I just keep coming back to that it is just so much more than just offering assistance. It really is about empowering people, restoring dignity, walking in relationship with them. So, which is just, you know, amazing. So this last year, the pandemic has been here, and Mauds Cafe, you know, while it is connected to the Youth Resource Center, again, it is open to the public, and you're serving people. So during this time, how have you navigated the pandemic? How has that impacted the internship program? Have you been encouraged, challenged? All of those.
It's definitely been challenging for us. We had to close down for quite a while, so it's been hard to get the customer base back up.
Sure.
It's, you know, when you're closed for 6 months and people have a routine coming to you and then they change their routine for 6 months, it's hard to break that routine and get them to come back. In that process, though, I personally went next door and I worked every day over at the Youth Resource Center, helping out in the kitchens, just kind of helping wherever I could, the donation room, doing anything that they needed me to help out with over there, which opened my eyes more to what we do as a whole. Because before, Mauds was kind of like our own little island, and so like everything Mauds was here, but then I was able to take that and go next door, and I met so many of the clients from next door, got to know a lot of them, and during that process I was able to talk them into coming and working.
Yeah.
You kind of have to to make it worth their while, we have
Sure.
to, you know, talk it up a little bit. And so I was able to befriend quite a few of them and get them going. And the second we opened our doors, we had kids that were ready to come and work, and it's been amazing. Like I said, this is the first time we've had 4 interns at one time, and all 4 graduate and all 4 housed. We have 2 more in the pipeline, so to speak, getting ready to come back into the program. So they should be coming in as the other ones should be returning for the second half. So they'll be able to help train the new ones coming in.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have 2 layers going, and it'll be amazing to see what else comes our way.
And I love how during the pandemic, you know, you were closed here, but you just leveraged that. You know, I mean, that's just so cool to hear how you didn't let that just shut you completely down.
No.
That you leveraged that and just built even more layers of relationship with, you know, the clients and the interns that you're working with.
Definitely.
So somebody listening today, maybe that would just say, "This sounds really cool. This sounds like a place, you know, that I want to get to know or come have a cup of coffee." But what would you say for somebody that goes, "I want to be involved. I want to know more. I want to get connected. I want to support." What are just when somebody asks you that, man, how can I get connected? Maybe just a few ideas that you might throw out to people of how they might get connected.
Honestly, our website, Volunteers of America, Utah. You can go on there and you can go to any of our places that we have, like the Geraldine Women's Center. You could go there, donate your time in the kitchen. You could help in the donation rooms. Any of our centers, there's always a donate button. You can always help with that, or you can get in touch with and help serve meals like you guys do on Sundays when you go over there. And every little bit helps, and it definitely takes a community to get us going.
It takes a team, doesn't it?
Definitely.
It really does. Every layer matters, and every person can make a difference. And, you know, one of the beautiful things about serving and about connecting, whether it's working in the clothing or serving a meal, you know, something I've discovered just personally is when you begin to serve others and to try to just imagine what it would feel like to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. It opens your eyes. It gives you a heart of, hopefully, compassion.
Yes.
And a heart of gratitude for what you have, but then also just opens your eyes to other people,
Yes.
to the world around you. So thanks for what you do, Tonya. It is a joy to partner together with you in a lot of different ways, and we're going to continue to grow that and build that. So if you're listening today, I hope you go to the website, check that out. But hey, if you live in the Salt Lake City area, you have got to come to Mauds Cafe. And you guys are open right now for carry out.
Yes.
So come in, take out only, but come in, check out their website to find out the times. You're open throughout the week.
Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Monday through Friday, 7 to 2. So perfect timing. Drop by here, have a great cup of coffee, support Mauds Cafe, and know that as you're purchasing coffee, you're not only just buying a good cup of coffee, but you really are investing in an organization that is making a difference in Salt Lake City and really impacting this generation and giving them a way to be empowered for it. Hey, thanks for spending a little bit of time with us today.